Hey, good afternoon, Ringhead fans. Thanks for coming along to watch another Ringhead game here. We're bringing you some action between the home team, Team Ontario, wearing red on black, versus the away team. This is Team Alberta wearing their white on their navy. We're going to be bringing you 4 quarters of 13 minutes of action. We are the 2026 Regina Challenge Cup as we prepare for the 2027 Canada Winter Games in Quebec City. How have we gotten here so far? This is Team Ontario's first game of the day. We're playing 5 games total, so the teams are playing 2, 2, and 1. This is the one day for Team Ontario. Team Ontario won both their games yesterday. They beat Nova Scotia 5-2, and they beat PEI 7-2. Team Alberta has played 3 games already. Team Alberta beat Quebec 6-3 yesterday morning. Then they beat Nova Scotia 10-2 yesterday afternoon. And then we played Team New Brunswick this morning and beat Team New Brunswick 10-2. So 2 unbeaten teams coming into play here. This should be a very energetic, fast-paced action match. We've got Todd running the camera and all the beautiful graphics here, so a big shout out to Todd. It's an amazing app here as I watch all the graphics and the players' pictures show up when they score goals. It's incredible, so Todd's doing a great job. We got Neil running the shot clock over here. Neil, the shot clock extraordinaire. Might have made one little whoopsie this morning that I bet you 99% of shot clock operators would have made. So Neil is top notch at the shot clock, so we appreciate his volunteering. And my name is Bill, and I've got Becky standing beside me here as well. Becky's going to do some filling into the blanks here, and I appreciate Becky being here.
Thank you so much. It's fun to be here. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the live chat on the YouTube stream, so feel free to put some comments in, cheer for your favorite team, and we'll try and give you some shout outs.
I want to say a big thank you to Ringhead Canada for making the Challenge Cup possible. Ringhead Canada is strong leaders in high-performance ringhead across Canada, creating opportunities for athletes, coaches, and officials. Ringhead Canada is always setting a high standard for excellence in our sport. So we do thank Ringhead Canada for your vision, leadership, and commitment to the future of ringhead. We're having a good time here in Regina 2026. We've got all 9 provinces represented here in Regina. We also have the U17 La Relève camps out here, so there's 60-some athletes, I believe, that are participating in the U17 La Relève. So Cooperator Center here in Regina is full of ringhead action. Good to see. Lots of fun. We love this sport.
We got a comment already from Jamie Kester. I'm assuming a family member of Kyla Kester on Team Alberta, saying, "Let's go, Team Alberta."
All right, we got one viewer. Jamie, thanks for watching.
And we got David Stachin saying, "Let's go, Ontario." So
we got the rival.
Are heating up.
Here we go. We got one Alberta, we got one Ontario comment ready to rock. I will try to explain some of the rules as we see them. Lines are very important in ringhead, so if you're new to ringhead, you'll be watching the lines here. The blue lines, you have to pass over the blue line. That's one of the important rules. There's a ringhead line. You only allow 3 players beneath the ringhead line, whether it's 3 defenders or 3 attackers. And then the lines that separate the crease, only the goaltender can go in the crease, so those lines are very important as well. So ringhead is a game about lines, protecting them and watching them and using them in the gameplay. All right, we're ready to start once again. 13 minutes on the clock, quarter 1 underway, just about. Team Alberta starts with the ring as the visiting team. I'll do my best to bring all the names to you, both Alberta names and Ontario names. And here we go, there's a whistle. Jordan Arrow, 4, has got the ring. Feeds it over to 11, Brooklyn Monroe. Monroe looking to find a friend. She's going to dump her down into the corner. Picked up there by 3, Asia Mitchell. Mitchell with the ring. Skating quickly, coming out on her backhand. She's going to drop it back to 5, Danny Falconer. There's Falconer, drops it off to 2, Maddie Rice. Maddie dangles in the triangle, shoots. Davis makes a save. And they're going to call a crease violation on Team Ontario, so that'll be
a penalty coming, actually.
Oh, there's a penalty as well, all right. All right, so we are only 6 seconds in, and Ontario's going to take a penalty here. 2 minutes for hooking.
Ontario number 24.
All right, so Emily Barteaux is going to go 2 for the hook. Be a 5-on-4 skater advantage for Team Alberta. Starting goalie for Team Ontario, number 30, Cara Davis. And starting for Team Alberta, number 1, Alyssa Carew. Here's Alberta with control on the ozone free pass. Maddie Rice dangles in, had her stick tied up, couldn't get the shot away. Got a 2-on-1 behind the net, and Maddie Rice picks up the ring. Here's Rice, number 2. curls around in the open ice, feeds it across to Falconer, number 5. Danny's going to go for a loop. We got a line change happening here. Danny protects the ring, tries to get through the triangle, checked hard, and the ring ends up in the crease. Carey Davis picks it up. Davis is going to drop it in behind the net. JD Patel giving chaser, number 9 white. Against number 9 red, that's Maya Hayami. Hayami puts it into the corner. Now here comes Ontario out to the neutral zone. Goes off Shimizu, 2 red, picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell, Alberta puts it back into 5, Falconer. Here's Falconer for Team Alberta. Shrugs off her check, drops it off for number 9, JD Patel. The ring bounces all the way to the Team Alberta bench, and Hallie Rushfeldt picks it up, number 19. Here comes Rushfeldt driving down the side. Drops it off to Patel. Patel over to 10, Jenna Adams. Jenna Adams behind the back to Rushfeldt. Rushfeldt takes the shot. Good toe save by Kara. Kara Davis makes that save. Team Alberta gets a 30-second reset. JD Patel sizing it up. Here's Patel with the ring. On the attack, drops it off to Rushfeldt on the side. Here's Rushfeldt driving down the middle. No lane there. Good defense here by number 9, Mia Hayami. Down the center, Leah Shimizu. There's a behind the back pass into the corner. We're down to 6 on the shot clock here. Alberta tries to slide it across. Quick shot and score. Hallie Rushfeldt standing in the weasel spot on the open side. She got that pass across and she quick stab, quick shot, quick score. So you can see here Alberta's got control of the ring. The behind the back pass goes into the corner. Shot clock winding down here. And then the pass goes right across through the crease. You'll see Rushfeldt stab it, turn it, shoot it, fire it. 1-0 for Team Alberta. Center ice free pass. Here's number 7, Eve Nunikoven. I'm going to be working on those names, I promise you. Here's number 16, Sydney Ritchardson. Ritchardson with the ring. Skates in behind the net, coming out the other side, drops her down low. That is number 13, Agnes Laliberté. Laliberté puts it out to Richardson. Richardson chases down the ring. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Richardson takes a shot. Alyssa Carew makes a save. Carew picks up the ring. She's going to drop it into the corner. They're going to call a 5-second goalie violation on Carew. So that's going to be a violation on Alberta. That'll be a free ring for Alberta for Team Ontario. A couple of high-end weapons on this Team Ontario team. Names we know: Jenna Martin, Emily Barteaux. Number 8, Katie Bunting out there. She's going to take the free ring here. There's the whistle. Bunting feeds it over to the side. And right away, 24, Barteaux's on the attack. Here's Bunting with the ring. Takes a shot right up the mask of Carew. And that ring cleaned up by 22, Kelly Morissette for Alberta. Morissette jumps middle. Feeds it up the middle. Good stab there by number 21, Waples. Waples feeds her down deep to Falconer, number 5. Falconer with control of the ring. Goes in behind the net, coming out on the other side. Falconer circles in the quiet ice. Drops her down to Waples. Waples back to Falconer. Falconer daily dangles. Puts it out front. Not handled cleanly by Mitchell. We got the reset, so 30 seconds on the clock for Team Alberta. Mitchell feeds it across to Falconer. Falconer, Mitchell, and Waples on the attack here. Falconer looking to unload that big shot. Goes off the defender, number 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven's got the ring. Nunikoven puts it out to the center ice area. Stolen away by Team Alberta. Here's Waples with the ring. Waples will feed that back to Monroe. Monroe dangles past the forward checker. Monroe's got the ring. Monroe, soft 2-foot pass into Mitchell. Here's Mitchell with the ring, 3 white. Down to 18 on the shot clock. Mitchell drives across. Backhand, good blocker saved by Davis. And there's Nunikoven with the ring. Nunikoven puts it out to Martin. Jenna Martin goes out to the neutral zone there. Maria Moman battling hard against number 21, Carrie Costigan. Alberta picks up the ring inside their defensive zone. Quick little pass to Patel. Patel feeds it in, 2-foot pass to Maddie Rice. Number 2, Maddie Rice carrying the ring now. She's going to slow it down, let the attack set up here. Maddie Rice dangles, comes out front. No shooting lane, she goes down to the low post. The ring ends up stuck in the skate. Hallie Rushfeldt, that ring went right in the space of the skate blade. Holy.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's incredible. Referee blew the whistle, and now it's Ontario ring. Here's Ontario under heavy pressure. Drop pass back to Janelle Norris. Norris with the ring. Got checked there by Maddie Rice. Maddie wipes out. They're going to call a violation on Alberta. That'll be a goalie ring for Team Ontario. Cara Davis with the ring. Drops it off to 5. Addison Betke. Here's Betke with the ring. Feeds it up. Bit of a turnover there. Alberta's going to pick it up. Here's Rushfeldt without the ring stuck in her skate. Rushfeldt scampers in behind the net. It's on her backhand here. She's going to feed that down to number 6 white, Kyla Kester. Kester with the ring, coming out on her forehand. Skating with speed, out to the quiet ace. She goes down low. That goes to 20, Jocelyn Galbraith. Galbraith takes a shot. Davis makes a save, pokes to the ring, rebound into the corner. Picked up there by 10, Jenna Adams. Alberta's in the crease. That's a crease violation. That's going to be a Ontario ring. Goaltender ring for Kara Davis. Kara drops in behind the net here, being watched by Jenna Adams, number 10 white. The ring comes around to the other side. Here comes Ontario on the breakout. Number 5, Addison Betke with the ring. Betke carries the ring to the blue line. Soft pass over the blue line, stolen away. Alberta's back on the attack. Quick strike here. Galbraith takes a hard shot. Davis makes a good save. Kara Davis is content to throw it into the corner. Number 15, Claire Steins has the ring. Looking for that half-board breakout. Oh, pardon me, that's 16, Sydney Richardson. Ring goes over to the other side. And Ontario puts it out to the neutral zone. Stolen away by Asia Mitchell. Mitchell over to number 8, Tasha Blackwell. Blackwell feeds it down. Hard pass. Nice spear by number 7, Ella Begora. Begora back to Mitchell. Mitchell carrying the ring. Takes a look over his shoulder. Wants to see who's with her here. We got 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Can't really see the clock. It's through the netting. It's tough to see the clock. 21, here is Cameron Waples with the ring. Waples has 7 on the shot clock. Fires a shot. No reset on that. Was off a defender. And then the ring gets fired the other way. And there's the buzzer for a 30-second shot clock violation. That'll be goalie ring for Team Ontario. Kara Davis picks up the ring. 5 seconds to make a play. Quickly drops it into number 26, Janelle Norris. Here's Norris with the ring. Reverses it back to 13, Agnes Laliberté. Here comes Laliberté up the sideboards. Good stick by Mitchell to intercept the pass. But then a really good stick check there by number 16, Sydney Richardson. Richardson plays it into Laliberté. Laliberté goes backhand forward and shoots it just wide. Rebound, Avery Shula is going over to get the ring. Here's Shula with the ring. Settles it down in the quiet ice. Looking to drive. Comes out front, takes a shot. Good save by Carew. Ontario maintains control of the ring. Maintains control. They've got 30 seconds on the shot clock. Here's number 24. This is Emily Barteaux. Barteaux drops it off to number 8. Good move there by Bunting to take a shot. Went up over the net. Claire Steins picks it up. Number 15 goes down low to 24. Barteaux. Barteaux behind the back to Steins. Steins coming out on the other side, coming out on her backhand. Steins carrying the ring, puts it across to Barteaux. Barteaux couldn't handle the stab. She's just going to rip that ring in. That's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation on Team Ontario. That'll be goalie ring for Alyssa Carew, number 1. Carew is just content to drop it in behind the net. Here's Jordan Nero. Nero, number 4. Kicks it back to Maddie Rice, number 2. Here's Rice on the breakout. Jumps middle, sideboard pass out to number 9, JD Patel. Patel survives the check, feeds her down off the sideboards to 5, Danny Falconer. Falconer with the ring. Right in the middle, shoots it. Good save by Davis. That just parting of the Red Seas open up for Falconer. 3 Alberta players behind the net. 1 Ontario player that goes Alberta's way. Number 9. Patel's got the ring. She goes down low to Falconer. Falconer steps out backhand. Nice save there. And Ontario's out of the zone into the neutral zone here. Sterchi giving watch on Jenna Martin. Number 3, Jenna Martin. Puts it over the ring out line to Nachi. Number 25, Charlotte Nachi. Going to be a penalty against Team Alberta here. So Ontario is going to set up the 4 in the zone. I don't think they, oh, there they go. Now they got the 4 in the zone. There's number 3, Jenna Martin. Martin on the backhand, puts it up top to Barteaux. Barteaux across to Doris Zhu. Here's Zhu with the ring. Puts it over to Barteaux. Couldn't handle the stab. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Here's Barteaux. Barteaux feeds it all the way across the top to Bunting. Oh, pardon me, that's Zhu. Only 1 second left, and Ontario is going to burn the shot clock. It'll be a penalty against Team Alberta. The referee goes over. We'll see who goes to the box. Becky, I didn't see the penalty. Did you see it?
I'm thinking it might be a. I was expecting a slash on the forecheck in the neutral, but it looks like it's. That's
exactly what it is. Number 9, JD Patel. Yeah. So Patel is going to go 2 for slashing. But that'll be a defensive zone free ring for Alberta because the shot clock got burned by Ontario. Alberta puts it out to the neutral zone here. Here's Jenna Adams right below us. And Ontario recovers the ring. Ontario's looking to break into the zone. There's a pass over the blue line. That goes to number 18, Doris Zhu. Here's Zhu on the attack. Zhu on her backhand, puts her down low. Good shot, good save. It's a good play by Leah Shimizu to get that shot away. Good save by Alyssa Carew in net. Tasha Blackwell, number 8, gets checked in behind the net. going to be a move it or lose it violation on Tasha Blackwell, so that'll be Ontario ring. We got 4.
50 something?
Yeah, I can't even see it. Well, maybe I can watch here.
411.
Oh, Todd's got it on the screen here. Todd,
411.
we're all trying to look through the netting here. 411. All right, Todd's got it at 418. All right, so something like 411 left in the first quarter. It's currently 1-0 for Team Alberta.
If I put my head into the ring,
Yeah.
I can see it.
So Neil, Todd, Becky, and myself, we're all trying to look through the netting to see the scoreboard. Anyhow, there's a 4 on the clock, so there's 4 something left in the first quarter. 1-0 for Team Alberta. How's the chat doing? 417. There we go. Smartest girl in the room right below us here.
We have a great job calling the names, commentators. Where are you based out of? They want to know a bit about you, Bill.
Hey, we come from Calgary. Yeah, Becky and I, we're from the AA program in Calgary, so we drove out and we are having a good time in Regina. Yeah, we are from the AA program in Calgary. All right, here's Ontario on the attack with a 5-on-4 skater advantage. It's number 7, Shula, slides it over to number 16, Ritchardson. Turnover to Alberta, out to the neutral zone here. Here's Kyla Kester. Kester feeds it in to 11. That's Brooklyn Monroe activating from her D spot. Monroe in behind the net, going to maintain control. Here's Jocelyn Galbraith. Galbraith with the ring. She's going to cut across, try to feed it over to Monroe. Monroe's going to activate. She's just going to stand at attention, and Ontario's going to give chase. Smart play by Ontario to force the issue here. Monroe's trying to get that shot. She got it, so we got a 30-second reset on the Alberta shot clock. Here's Asia Mitchell. Asia drops it off to Kester. Kester's going to shoot it. Good save by Davis right up in the breadbasket. And now Davis is going to feed it behind the net. Here comes number 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven's under pressure here. Kester with the forecheck. She slides it out to number 16, Richardson. Richardson advances that out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Bunting, number 8. Here's Bunting. She's going to feed it back. Picked up by Richardson. Richardson couldn't cross the blue line, so she's going to feed it into a teammate who is hollering for it. That's 24, Emily Barteaux. Barteaux with a really good shot. Good save by Carew. And Alyssa is going to pick up the ring, flip it into the corner, and that's Maria Moman, number 15. Moman with the ring. She jumps middle, looking for a friend. 4 seconds left on the penalty. Loose ring in the neutral zone, picked up by Team Ontario. The ring gets advanced back into the Ontario defensive zone. Now it's back out to the neutral zone. Here's number 5, Addison Betke. Leaves it for 21, Kerry Costigan. Costigan carries the ring over the blue line. There's a loose ring, big scramble here. Refs are letting them play. And then there's a breakout pass. Moman's got it in the neutral zone. Moman feeds it in to number 2, Maddie Rice. Maddie kicks it back to 7, Bagora. Bagora blows the tire. Ontario comes up with the ring. Ontario on the quick attack. Here's Bunting. Bunting with the quick feed into 15, Steins. Stolen away by number 8, Tasha Blackwell. Here's Blackwell for Alberta. Jumps middle. Soft pass up the sideboards to Mitchell, number 3. Mitchell got checked there. Number 3, Jenna Martin's got the ring. She's going to dance the blue line. Here's Martin with the ring. Feeds it in to number 21, Kerry Costigan. Costigan with the ring. Ontario's doing a line change here. We got 1:50 left in the first quarter. 1-0 for Team Alberta currently. Here's Jenna Martin, number 3. Jenna went down low. Just missed a one-timer, Doris Zhu. Doris is going to take a shot. Good pad save. Rebound cleaned up by Tasha Blackwell. And here's Blackwell, number 8. She's going to headman that to right back to Tasha Blackwell. She's going to drive in, gets pushed into the sideboards. And now Alberta's going to maintain control. Here's Cameron Waples. Waples puts it over to the side. Number 2, Maddie Rice, does a 360 move, gets checked away. Doris Zhu cleans it up. Here's Doris with the ring. Doris Zhu is going to do a loop-de-loop. She's going to drop it off. Smart pass. I like that pass. At 25, Natchi's got it on the neutral. We got a 2-on-1 developing. Here's Jenna Martin, number 3, shoots and scores. We had a 2-on-1 develop there for Team Ontario. Jenna Martin was thinking shot all the way. Jenna Martin's ever dangerous. She ends up shooting to tie the game, make it 1-1. You can see her on the replay that it's a really quick turnover. Ontario's in the neutral zone here. And here's the developing 2-on-1. Jenna Martin fakes the pass over. Backhand, forehand, shoot, score. So Ontario ties it up, 1-1. Got a minute 1 and looks like just over a minute left in the first quarter. Here's Maria Moman to start it off. Here's Megan Sterchi. Sterchi, number 18. Going to rip that down in the corner. Deflects right to Ontario. Ontario with the quick break here. Ontario feeds it out. Ontario on the attack again. Here's number 29, Abigail Rooney. Rooney with the ring. Abigail's going to feed that down. Goes off the skate a moment, and that's number 7, Shula. Shula takes a shot just up over the net here. Alberta's going to do the sideboard breakout. That's cleaned up by Laliberté. Laliberté with the ring for Team Ontario. Number 13 red, Laliberté in behind the net here. Down to 36 seconds left in the first quarter. 1-1 action here. Number 7 feeds it across. Shula trying to find a teammate on the other side. Here's Shula with the ring on the far side. Got picked up there by Moman. And the loose ring cleaned up by number 20, Jocelyn Galbraith. Galbraith feeds it off a skate. Moman blows a tire. Kicks the ring out to the neutral zone. Yeah, cats and dogs living together here, Becky. All sorts of crazy action. 11.5 seconds left in the quarter. It's going to be a center ice free pass for Ontario. Had some wildness there. We had kicked ring. We had a kerfuffle at the blue line there. All right, so Ontario is going to be on the attack for 11.5 seconds, trying to get it back in the zone. There's the whistle. Number 9, Hayami feeds it over. And then the ring bounces off the defender, Asia Mitchell. And that'll probably run out the clock here. Over the blue line, Mitchell just dumps it down, and that'll be it. So that's 13 minutes in the books. Quarter 1 done. Really good action. That Ontario team has got a lot of offensive firepower. Holy smokes.
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting offensive game. Goalies have their jobs cut out for them today. Some comments flowing in. Just lots of go Team O, go AB. Everyone having the battle in the comments here. But yeah, it's shaping up to be a nice game.
I think both teams are pretty polished here. I think this is Alberta's team. We've got our 18 athletes here. And Ontario, I believe this is their team as well. I believe they've got their 18 athletes here. A couple of teams like Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Saskatchewan, they're running 21 athletes. It's still a bit of a tryout period for some of the teams. So using this early Challenge Cup tournament as a tryout period as well. But this is what you're going to see for Team Alberta and Team Ontario, and it's two very good teams going head to head. I thought shots were pretty even. Goaltending was good.
Yeah. Great play all around.
Oh, was it one penalty each, or?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very even action.
Yep. Just a comment in here. The reverb on the mic, so we'll try to keep the mic a little lower.
I do have a habit of getting that mic up in my mouth, but I apologize for that. So I want to do a special thank you to the Regina Hotel Association for supporting the 2026 Regina Challenge Cup. The Regina Hotel Association, the proud sponsor of the event. They are securing accommodations for the athletes, coaches, officials, families, and Ring at Canada staff. And a special thank you to the Ramada Plaza Regina for hosting all of the teams at their hotel. So they are helping to build friendships, team spirit, and lasting memories off the ice. So big thank you to the Regina Hotel Association, and a special thank you to the Ramada Plaza Regina. You can only imagine what that Ramada Plaza Hotel looks like with 9 teams of Ringette players there.
Can you imagine the smell in there with all the gear?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I'll let you say it.
That's not the best advertising. Sorry about that, Ramada.
All right, here we go. Quarter 2 underway. Home team, Ontario, starts with the ring. Here's Ontario right up the middle. Number 16, Ritchardson. Couldn't get a shot away. She's going to control the ring. She goes down low to Shimizu. Here's Leah Shimizu, number 2. 2 red Shimizu looking to start the attack. Goes down to Richardson. Richardson under attack here. Richardson trying to get it out front. We're down to 8 on the shot clock. Richardson puts it across the top. I think that was 25 Natche there. And that's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation on Ontario. It'll be goalie ring for Alyssa Carew. Alyssa's going to drop it in behind the net. Tasha Blackwell, number 8's got it. Tasha's going to avoid her check. Scampers up the side. Feeds it out softly to Jenna Adams. There's Jenna Adams, number 10. She feeds it into number 6, Kylie Kester. Here's Kester on the attack. Kester in coming out on her forehand here. Kester gets into the shooting lane. Between the center of the D. Feeds it over. Great save by Kara Davis. What a save. Kester with the low post pass down to Jenna Adams, and an even better save by number 30, Kara Davis. That's a great feed, and that's a great reaction save by Kara Davis. Well done, Kara. Yeah, that's a really top save. All right, that's going to be a violation on Ontario. That'll be Alberta ring. There's the whistle. Asia Mitchell starts with a number 3 white. Feeds it over to 7, Begora. Begora goes back to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to loop around in the quiet ice here. She goes down low to Begora in the corner. Got Waples out there, the third member of the attack here. Mitchell's going to get the ring in the far corner. Mitchell's going to loop around. Mitchell goes between the center of the D, got tied up nicely. Jordan Nero's going to pick up the ring, puts it back to Begora. Begora is going to backhand it in. Davis makes a save. Alberta gets a 30-second reset. That Alberta team is cheering hard for the reset there. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell drops it off to Waples. Good ring movement. Waples cuts in, shoots it up over the net. Begora is going to pick up the rebound. 18 on the shot clock. Here's Begora. Begora is going to rip that shot. Davis makes a save. I'll tell you about that in a second here. Waples has the ring. Waples 21. We got a reset here, so fresh 30 for Team Alberta. I got to quit saying we, pardon me. All right, here's Waples with her. Waples drops it off to Maddie Rice. Maddie dangles a D, goes to her backhand, gets tied up, and that's going to be stolen away. We're going to call a violation on Team Ontario. I want to talk about that ring, because Davis made a ring, and made a save, and the ring was sitting just outside the blue crease line, and she just stared there and looked at it. If she pulls that back in the crease, that's a delay of game penalty. So she couldn't pull the ring back in. That's why she didn't touch it. And then there's a battle to get the loose ring. But sometimes people are like, why doesn't the goalie pull it in? She can't. That's a delay of game penalty. So, all right, here's Patel. Patel goes back to Rice. Rice takes a shot, goes up high, misses. Falconer is going to pick up the rebound in the corner. Here's Falconer looping out. Drops it off to number 9, J.D. Patel. Patel goes back down to Falconer. Falconer's behind the net on her backhand. Puts it up high to Maddie Rice. Here's Rice, number 2. Finds a shooting lane, shoots it, just missed that open corner, and Patel picks up the rebound. 12 on the shot clock. Here comes J.D. Patel. She's going to shoot it. Cara Davis makes a save, and Davis will pick up that ring. She's going to flare that out to the sideboard to Jenna Martin. Jenna Martin goes back to the defender. Number 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven's under pressure here. The ring squirts out into the crease. Davis picks it up. Cara Davis has the ring, looking to find her friend, just throws it in the corner. Number 9, Hayami goes and gets it. Hayami puts it out to 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven out to Jenna Martin. Jenna Martin goes down deep to Leah Shimizu. Here's Shimizu, number 2 in the corner, being checked hard. She'll get knocked down by 15. Maria Moman. Moman will get a penalty on that. So delayed penalty call. Ontario's going to put 4 in the zone. They'll set up the box. There's Shimizu. Up top to Zhu. Zhu over to Jenna Martin. Martin's going to dangle, walks in, shoots. Good save by Carew. Battling for the ring in the corner there. We got 2 players from each team in the corner. Ontario comes up with it. Comes up front. There's a low post pass. Great save by Carew. Good shot by Shimizu. And Carew got over to make that big save. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Jenna Martin shoots it. Up over the net. No reset on that. Alberta trying to touch the ring. Ontario trying to maintain control here. There's a low post pass down to Shimizu. Shimizu goes back up top. The ring gets batted out. And the referee says that's control enough, and it'll be a hooking call on Team Alberta. Furious action there, Becky. Holy smokes.
Wow. That was fun to watch.
I'm literally trying to hold the microphone further away from my mouth, so hopefully I'm not reverberating because I am getting a little wound up and excited here.
Oh, lots of good comments in here about you and your work, so keep it up.
All right, so 15 Moman. I think, yeah, that's Maria goes for the penalty, 2 for hooking. So there's 9 minutes and change left in the second quarter. Ontario with the ring. Number 7 starts to play Shula. This ring carrier here, Ontario coming out. Couldn't catch her number. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. That's 13. That's Laliberté. Laliberté goes up high. Laliberté back with the ring. Laliberté dangles through the center in the D. Takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Ring ends up back in the crease, and Alyssa picks it up. Here's Carew with the ring. She's going to drop it side of the net. Rushfeld's going to pick it up. 19 White. Rushfeldt looking for a controlled breakout. Feeds it up. Nice pass out to Kyla Kester. Kester's going to go all the way back to Blackwell. Blackwell couldn't handle the stab. 13 Laliberté is going to clean it up. Laliberté on the attack. Feeds it back to 7 Shula. Here's Shula. Goes up top. That's going to be number 5, Addison Betke. I heard one of the players yell, Addie, Addie. So Addison Betke's got it. Can I call you Addie, Addison? All right, Addie drops it off, and now Ontario's on the attack here. Here's 24, Barteaux. Barteaux's very dangerous, feeds it across, and Ontario maintains control. 6 seconds on the shot clock here. There's a quick shot by number 8, Bunting. Alyssa Carew picks it up. She's going to fling that out. That's intercepted by Ontario, waiting for that ring. Number 25, Natchi steps in. Good read by Natchi there, Becky, to intercept that goalie ring.
Yeah, Ontario is on 15. A bit of a roll right now.
Steins takes a shot. Good save by Carew. Ontario carrying the player. There's number 8. Takes a shot. Bunting goes off the edge of the post. Ontario maintaining possession here. 29 seconds left in the penalty. There's Barteaux. Barteaux drops it off to number 8. She's going to dangle in. Got knocked down. Bunting. That'll be a turnover. And the ring goes one way and the Alberta player goes the other way. So Ontario's going to recover. Ontario still maintaining control behind the back, goes right into the crease. And there's Blackwell with the ring. Tasha Blackwell is going to accelerate up the sideboards. She's under heavy pressure, feeds it back to Jordan Nero. Nero all the way over to Monroe. Penalties clear, back to 5-on-5 action. There's Monroe. Dangles just through the edge of the crease there. Good pressure by Jenna Martin here from Ontario. Monroe survives the check. She loops it out to the neutral zone. Nice knockdown there by Steins. And Ontario recovers the ring. Here's Jenna Martin looping around here. I believe Jenna Martin plays in the NRL.
Yeah, you're right.
Super player, Jenna Martin. All right, Ontario's in on the attack here. The aforementioned Jenna Martin is going to feed all the way across to Leah Shimizu. Here comes Shimizu. Got turned around. She's going to loop around on the quiet ice, setting up the attack. We're down to 8 on the shot clock. Shimizu feeds it in. Nice deflection. Good save by Carew. Beautiful deflection by Jenna Martin. You don't see that in ringette very often, but that's a nice deflection. And Alberta's going to bounce it out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Mitchell. Mitchell feeds it into Waples. Waples back to Mitchell. Mitchell's got a break, walks in, shoots up over the net. And she'll go get her own rebound. Got a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Goalie must have got a piece of it. Here's Mitchell back to Rice. Rice is going to slow the action down here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Rice circles around. Maddie Rice, number 2. Going to loop around. Behind the back feed. Real hard pass to Danny Falconer. Now Falconer's got it. Number 5 white. Falconer's going to take that shot. Deflects off the defender. And that's number 9, Hayami behind the net. Hayami looking for the half-board breakout. Ring stolen away by Falconer. Falconer goes up top to Waples. Waples across to Rice. Rice had to go through her feet. Got a fresh 30 on the shot clock though. Rice with the attack here. Rice is going to shoot. That goes way up over the net. And the ring lands on the netting. That'll be a violation on Alberta. It'll be goalie ring for Ontario. 5 seconds to make a play. Cara Davis is going to flare that out to the sideboards. Knocked down there by 16 Ritchardson. Ritchardson has the ring. Had the ring stolen away by 5 Falconer. Falconer for Alberta, working hard behind the net. Slides it out. Maddie shoots and scores. Falconer with the steal behind the net. Quickly feeds it out front. Maddie Rice right in the slot. Takes a shot, scores. That'll be another goal for number 2, Madison Rice. That puts Alberta up 2-1 here. You can see on the replay here. Danny steals the ring behind the net. Reverses quickly here. You can see Maddie. There's Maddie drifting out to the center. And then Danny just feeds it out. Maddie all by herself. Quick little one-timer. Boom. Scores.
No chance. That's tough. That's a tough one for the goalie. No chance there.
5:24 left in the second quarter and a half. 2-1 for Team Alberta. A spirited, entertaining game here. I'm enjoying this game quite a bit. The referee is talking about Ringette Canada official right now. I will take this opportunity to ask you to stick around during halftime. There'll be a flood at the end of the quarter here. And Ringette Saskatchewan here and Todd, they've got a medley of highlights to show you during the intermission. So while the 15-minute break is happening, you are welcome to stick around, watch some of the highlights. It's been amazing, Ringette, considering this is the first games that these teams are playing together. We've seen some amazing Ringette, fast, controlled, great passing. I'm not quite sure what the referees are talking about. Becky's trying to eavesdrop.
Tried my best, but my lip reading
I could actually lean over and ask the referee, but I won't. All right, there's a whistle. Ontario with the ring. Center ice free pass here. Here's number 21, Costigan. Costigan tries to beat her down, stolen away. Oh, pardon me. Now Tasha Blackwell's got it. Here's Blackwell with the ring. Going to accelerate. Jumps middle. She's going to feed it out to number 19, Rushfeldt. Picked up by Blackwell. Blackwell's going to feed it the other side to the open side. Stolen away by Ontario. That's 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven goes back to her D partner. Number 16, Richardson, feeds it back to Nunikoven. Under pressure there, bounces back into the Ontario zone. Backhand pass out. Now here comes 7, Shula. Shula gets checked hard there. And Alberta battling hard. The ring's going to score it out. And that'll be cleaned up by Kelly Morissette, 22. Here's Morissette. 2-foot pass over the blue line to Rushfeldt. Here's Rushfeldt, number 19 white. Backhand pass over to Kyla Kester. Here's Kester, 6 white. Kester's in the quiet ice, just slows it down so Alberta can execute a line change. Kester takes a look at the clock, sees she's got 12 on the shot clock, feeds it across to Bagora. Ella Bagora, number 7. Backhand pass, skirted through the crease. That'll be picked up by Ontario. That's number 27, Nunikoven. Nunikoven gets wiped out, and that'll be picked up in the neutral zone. Smart play there by 15, Claire Steins. Steins feeds it over to a D partner here. The ring goes over the blue line, stolen away by Alberta. Here's Waples. Waples drops it off for Monroe. Monroe had to slam on the brakes. That's a turnover. Here's Barteaux. Bartow's going to rip it. You don't want to let her shoot. Emily Bartow's got a legendary shot. Here's number 8 in the corner, Katie Bunting. Bunting flips her hips, looking for a lane. There's a shot. Blocked there by Brooklyn Monroe. Good shot block by 11 White. Monroe. Bunting comes up with the ring again. Protects the ring, looking for a shot. Alberta pushing hard here, not letting any shots get through. Jocelyn Galbraith up top playing center. Here's number 15, Claire Steins. Steins going to shoot it. Deflected. Monroe's had enough of that. She just shoots it all the way down the ice, and it's picked up neatly by Begora. Begora's going to backhand that to Mitchell as she's falling down. Mitchell goes back to Moman. Moman's going to pick up the ring in the neutral zone here. Moman's going to fit it over in the sideboards. Lots of voices calling for it. Falconer's got it. It's only 3 minutes. Pardon me, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. 2-1 for Team Alberta currently. Here's Mitchell with the ring. Mitchell takes a shot. 3 seconds on the shot clock, so Kara Davis picks it up. Kara, the goalie, is going to eat the ring for 5 seconds. That's a violation. Becky, I'm going to take a quick drink of water if you got something to say.
Yeah, go for it. Lots of fast action. Love hearing the players call for it, hey? That communication is so important.
Becky and I have great seats here. We're standing between Todd, the cameraman, and Neil, the shot clock guy. We got the best seats in the house, baby. All right, here's Team Alberta on the attack. Mitchell with the ring. Mitchell's out there with Rice and Falconer. Mitchell over to Rice. Rice behind the back to Falconer. Falconer's on her backhand. Dan goes backhand. Oh, and couldn't slide it in. Falconer had all the moves there. Slid it past the open post. 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. 2-1 Team Alberta. Here's Falconer is going to shoot it. Good pad save. The rebound gets batted out. There's number 18 White. Megan Sterchi is going to protect the ring into the zone. Drops it off and says, that's enough for me in the offensive zone. Asia Mitchell, number 3, has got the ring. Feeds it back to Rice. Rice is going to load it off the crossbar. Drilled that crossbar. Might even have paint chips left on the ring. There's Moman with the great man on in the neutral zone. Comes up with the ring. She's under heavy pressure. Dumps it into the zone. Is kicked out to number 25. Nachi. Feeds it into 3. Jenna Martin. Here comes Jenna on the attack. Jenna's in behind the net. Comes out on her backhand here. Jenna Martin goes way up high, looking to drive right down Main Street. Goes down low. Nice stick by Sterchi. Great read by the Minister of Defense, Megan Sterchi. She gets a woot from the bench there. Here's JD Patel, number 9. He's going to feed it in. Nice pass into Rushfeldt. Stolen away by 29, Abigail Rooney. Rooney puts it out to the neutral zone. Tasha Blackwell picked it up. Feeds it quickly over to Sterchi. Sterchi softly over the blue line. Nice pickup by Patel. Patel goes in, looking for Rushfeldt. Turn over to Ontario. Ontario's out to the neutral zone here on the attack. There's a pass into 16, Ritchardson. Ritchardson back to 13, shoots and scores. Laliberté. It's a really nice play by Ritchardson to find Laliberté heading up the Main Street there. Laliberté finds net, throws it up into the top corner. And I see the Ontario players are doing an O shape with their hands when they score. You can see here it's a really nice transition. Richardson's going to get the ring right there, and then she's going to just kick it back to Laliberté. Great feedback. Laliberté's going to walk in, D back it in. Laliberté roofs it. 2-2 game here. We got a minute and a half or something left. And then in the offensive zone, Alberta. Jocelyn Galbraith gets knocked down. Ontario recovers the ring. Number 27, Nunakoven, puts it over to her D partner on the other side. Nunakoven gets the ring back, and now Nunakoven's got lots of ice to make that play out. Feeds it out to number 7, Shula. Richardson just made a nice pass on the goal there. Nunakoven's got the ring. Nunakoven walking the blue line, puts it off the skate, turn over to Alberta. Quick little transition out. Here's Begora with the ring. She's going to behind the back pass to 6, Kester. Kester's got the ring in the corner. We're down to 40 seconds left in the second quarter. 2-2 game here. Great action. Here's Kester with the ring, drops it off to 20, Galbraith. Jocelyn Galbraith is waiting for reinforcements off the bench. Galbraith drops it off to 21, Waples. Waples in behind the net here. Coming out on her backhand. She's going to drop it off to Mitchell. Here's Asia Mitchell. Going to shoot it. Kara Davis makes a save. Davis is going to drop that ring behind the net there. Danny Falconer is going to put pressure on a good support pass by Ontario. 13 seconds left in the quarter. There's Emily Barteaux. Good hustle to go get that loose ring in the neutral zone. They're going to go all the way across. Player gets knocked down. That's number 8, Katie Bunting. It's going to be a penalty on Alberta here. Looks like it's going to be Maria Moman again. Another. Oh no, Moman's going to the bench. Nobody from Alberta is going to go. All right, there goes Maria Moman. Tried to go hide on the bench. Never really works. They always kind of remember your number.
Yeah.
So we've got like, how much time?
1.2.
1.2 seconds left. You can bet there's going to be a shot here by Barteaux. She's got an amazing shot. So let's see what Barteaux can do in 1.2 seconds. There's a whistle. There's a shot. Drills it off the defender. And Kelly Morissette's laughing, going, what did I ever do to Emily Barteaux? Holy. All right, so entertaining first 2 quarters of action here. Score is 2-2 at the half. We invite you to stick around and watch the half here. Maybe Todd will do a quick thank you. Do a quick thank you to Sask Milk for supporting the Challenge Cup. Every team has access to a refueling station during games. Chocolate milk helps the athletes recover and recharge. That is a perfect post-game energy boost. So thank you to Sask Milk for keeping the athletes fueled. All right, stick around. Halftime, we got 15 minutes on the clock. They'll clean the ice, and you can enjoy some beautiful highlights here by Ringette, Saskatchewan. So, Todd, over to you. And welcome back. We're about to bring you the second half of action here between Team Ontario and Team Alberta. It's 2-2 currently. I want to do a big thank you to Ringhead Saskatchewan for hosting the Challenge Cup. Special recognition to Andrea Kozin and Kerry Manzik. Months and months of planning and countless hours behind the scenes doing coordinating venues, logistics, volunteers, tournament operations. So a big thank you to Ringhead Saskatchewan for the dedication to make this event a success. So thank you to Andrea and Kerry. And of course, saying a big thank you to the live stream crew. Todd's standing beside me here. Neil's doing the shot clock here. Peter Bell and Dan Thorson as well. All right, did we end up with a shots? All right, the official shots are 25 for Team Alberta, 15 for Team Ontario. So the athletes are fired up for the second half. They're yelling and doing all their cheers. So shot action 25-15 in the first half to Team Alberta.
Moman heads back to the box. There's a minute 59.
Yeah, she's got a long minute 59 to cool her heels there. All right, Team Alberta, the home team, or pardon me, the visiting team will start with the ring. Third quarter action here. Ontario has a 5-on-4 skater advantage. The Alberta coaches make their way to the bench. The referee says we're good to go. There's the signal. And there's a whistle. Here we go. Tasha Blackwell takes the ring. Feeds it over to 22, Kelly Morissette. Alberta slowly hits the blue line. Morissette feeds it softly into Kester. Kester across the top looking to maintain control. Looking to burn time on this. Here's Kester with the ring. Loops around, feeds it back behind her to Asia Mitchell. Asia takes a shot. Cara Davis deflects off her, goes up into the netting. That'll be an ozone free pass for Team Alberta. So we'll add to the shot clock. That makes it 26 shots for Alberta, 15 for Ontario. Scoreboard's what matters, though. It's 2-2 in the third quarter. Minute 34 left in the penalty to Maria Moman. 12.5 just started the 13-minute third quarter. Here's Maddie Rice. Rice feeds it over to Falconer. Here's Falconer, 5 white, heading in behind the net on her backhand here. She's got number 8, Tasha Blackwell up there as well. Tasha, well, looking for the ring, but it's intercepted by Ontario. Danny with the great stick, ties up the stick just long enough for Tasha to get back in her defensive position. Here's Ontario with the ring. Number 8, Katie Bunting getting manhandled by Morissette. Morissette's got the ring. Morissette just dangles around in the neutral zone, wiping time off that penalty. Morissette reverses it, goes back to Faulkner. Under a minute left in the penalty here. Here's Faulkner. Drops it out to Maddie Rice. Maddie Rice shoots it. Nice shot block by 24, Emily Barteaux. And there's a reset on the shot clock, and Ontario tries to come up with the ring. Nice stick landing there by Danny. Danny picks it up. Danny feeds it across. Here's Jordan Nero stepping in from the deep position, filling that third forward position in the offensive zone. Maddie Rice drops it off there to Hallie Rushfeldt. Here's Rushfeldt, number 19. Hallie coming in on her backhand, feeds it out to JD Patel. Patel, number 9, drops it back to Rushfeldt, 19. Rushfeldt loops around here. 18 seconds left on the penalty. It's a turnover in the corner to number 18, Doris Zhu. And Doris gets tied up there by Rushfeldt. And Patel picks up the ring. Here's Patel for Alberta. Takes a shot. Cara Davis makes a save. The rebound gets pushed into her. She kicked it back out, but now she's got it. Cara drops it into number 18, Doris Zhu. Here comes Doris. Doris looking to exit the zone. There's a backhand pass over the blue line. Not handled cleanly. There's going to be a contested ring right in front of us here. Ring goes all the way back into the Alberta zone. Nice little dangle there, little shimmy shake. It's by Monroe. Monroe, a little 2-foot pass out to Patel. Penalty's over. 5-on-5 action back here. Here's Monroe darting in, takes a shot off the shoulder of Davis. And the rebound picked up by Jen Adams. Here's Adams, number 10. Settles it down on the quiet ice. Alberta's got a change happening. Adams puts it out, not handled cleanly by Galbraith. That'll be a turnover to Ontario, and Jenna Martin's got the ring. Feeds it back to her defender here. And there's a pass right up the gut to number 16, Ritchardson. Richardson gets a return pass. Richardson's walking in, shoots it. Good save, might have kissed the post. First scoring chance of the second half goes to Ontario. Great play. Galbraith feeds it into Bagora. Bagora, it's going to cut to the middle, shoots it. Good save by Cara Davis. Davis with the big save. The rebound gets punched into the corner. Here comes Betke with the ring. Addie Betke feeds it out to the neutral zone. That's number 7, Avery Shula, Shula puts it into 13. Laliberté. Laliberté had a really nice goal in the second quarter to tie the game. Here's Shula with the ring under heavy pressure. That'll be stolen away by 22, Kelly Morissette. Morissette's behind the net. She's going to backhand that softly over the blue line to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to slide it over to Bagora. Bagora cuts to the middle, backhand, shoots it. Good glove save by Cara Davis. And Alberta's on the ring here. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell, backhand. Mitchell's looping around. Driving 1 against 3 here. Kicks that back to Waples. Waples looking for the shot. Slides it across to Kyla Kester, number 6. Here's Kester with the ring. Loops around on the quiet ice. Goes in behind the net. Comes out the other side. Here's Kester. Behind the back. Nice pass. Kicked into the corner. It's going to be a reset, 30 seconds. And Danny Falconer's got the ring. Does a spin move here. It's on her forehand here. It's where she's dangerous. Tries to feed it across. Nice block there by the center. And Emily Barteaux kicks that ring out. The ring is bouncing around in there. Barteaux behind the back pass. Ontario looking to get in on a breakaway. Number 15, Claire Steins with a backhand. Like a little sneak attack play there, and Alberta gets the rebound. Here's Rice, feeds it out to Monroe. Monroe goes back to Rice. Ontario checking hard here in the third quarter. Good battle. Kester behind the net. He's going to feed that out to Danny Falconer. Here's Falconer. Cuts across the middle, looking for the lane. Behind the back, off the center. And Ontario's got the ring. 15, Claire Steins has the ring. That's number 25, Charlotte Natchi. Charlotte carrying the ring. Charlotte puts it out to the neutral zone. Number 18, Doris Zoo's got the ring. Doris feeds it across. That's number 26, Janelle Norris with the ring. Feeds it into 25, Charlotte Natchi. Natchi's carrying the ring in behind the net, coming out on her forehand here. Tries to slide it through, blocked by Megan Sterchi, and Sterchi gets the ring back. Feeds it back to the goaltender. Here's the drop pass to Maddie Rice behind the net. Rice coming up the middle here. Maddie puts it up the sideboards. Picked up there by Maddie. Picked it up herself once it deflected. Now Maria Moman is going to feed her down deep. It's JD Patel with the ring, number 9 White. JD's down to 8 on the shot clock. Here's Hallie Rushfeldt. Dangles center, forward, back. Takes a shot, goes up over the net. Just missed the net there. No reset on that. So Rushfeldt gets a hell of a scoring chance, but no reset on that. Shot it up over the net. And Cara Davis picks up the ring. Here's Ontario looking to break out of the zone. Pass goes right up the middle to number 2, Leah Shimizu. Shimizu 1-foot passes it to Sydney Richardson. Sydney's got the ring in the corner. Sydney coming out on her forehand here. Drops it off for 13, Laliberté. Laliberté cuts to the middle, puts it back over to Richardson. Down to 8 on the shot clock here. Richardson's going to shoot it way up over the net. Laliberté is going to go over and get it, and the shot clock's going to go off. They're going to say Laliberté got the shot on that at the 29.5 second mark of the shot clock. So Ontario will maintain possession. Goaltender Alyssa says, "You sure? I thought the buzzer went before I kicked that save out." And the referee's saying, "Nope, I got you, bro." All right, so Ontario gets the shot away just before the buzzer goes off. So that's going to be Ontario ring on the Ozone free pass. There's a whistle. There's Richardson taking a shot right up the free pass, caught there by Carew. Carew puts it in behind the net to Galbraith for Ontario. Galbraith looking to break out. Backhands that to Monroe. Monroe's going to push it out to the far blue line. And Monroe's going to feed it to her D partner, Nero. Nero slides it into Galbraith. Galbraith picks up the ring. Little spin move to protect the ring. Lots of chatter from both benches here. It's noisy. Here's Kester looking to drive in, shoots it way up over the net. No reset there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Galbraith cycles around, shoots it off the center, and the buzzer's going to go, and that's going to be goalie ring for Cara Davis. Davis with the goalie ring. Going to flip it out to the sideboards. Number 13, Laliberté, came back to support the goaltender. Here comes Laliberté. Backhand. Spins around, feeds it to her D partner, 27, Nunikoven. Here's Nunikoven with the ring. Nunikoven bounces out to the neutral zone, picked up there by Avery Shula. Shula over the blue line here. Return pass goes back to Nunikoven. Nunikoven maintains control. He's going to take that shot. Good save by Carew. And the ring ends up behind the net, picked up by Ontario. Ontario gets a fresh 30 on the shot clock and maintains possession. Here's Avery Shula. Shula circling around with the ring, 7 red. Shula goes across the ice to 24, Emily Barteaux. Barteaux under pressure here, gets knocked down by Sterchi. Sterchi's going to take a 2-minute penalty here on that play. And Ontario is going to maintain control. Barteaux is just going to settle it down. They're going to run out of shot clock time, though. Sterchi picks up the ring. That's going to be a body contact penalty on 18 white Megan Sterchi. Becky, what do you think about the call? Considering that's your kid.
Yeah, sometimes you got to play her off, and it's a tough game out there.
I like putting Mom on the spot here. All right. So Sterchi goes 2 for body contact. It'll be a 5-on-4 skater advantage for Team Ontario. Referee came over to tell Neil, the shot clock guy, is doing a great job. There's a shot by Barteaux, goes up over the net. Morissette's going to scamper over to pick up the rebound. Morissette gets tied up by 2 Ontario players, and Ontario steals the ring. Pass comes out, shot goes up over the net by 15, Claire Steins. Ontario's going to pick it up in the rebound in the corner. Here's number 8, Katie Bunting. Bunting with the ring. She's going to leave that there. Stolen away, that was dropped off for Stein. Stolen away by Alberta. Here comes Tasha Blackwell. Blackwell feeds it out. Ring's going to go backwards to number 22, Morissette. This is where penalties hurt because you're down 1 player in the neutral zone, so Ontario is all over Alberta. That's some heavy man-on checking in the neutral zone. Ontario steals the ring. Ontario's going to go down deep into the corner. There goes Claire Steins with the ring. Tasha Blackwell comes up with it. Tasha feeds it over to Morissette. Morissette under pressure, gets squeezed out by 18, Doris Zhu. Here comes Jenna Martin. Jenna goes backhand forehand, scores. That'll go down as a turnover on the sideboards, and Jenna Martin comes up with it, and she's super slick. So the Team Ontario does the big O challenge. We'll see on the replay here that the ring's going to be half-board breakup, but that's going to be turned over. And Jenna Martin just senses blood in the water. She just drives right at the net. She goes backhand, forehand, back to the backhand, and slides it home. So we'll make it 3-2 for Team Ontario. There's a whistle. Center has free pass for Alberta. Here's Brooklyn Monroe, number 11, white. Looking to find a friend. Walking the blue line. Good defensive coverage by Ontario. Passes it over to 4, Nero. Jordan Nero slides at second level to Danny Falconer. Falconer's got the ring. Trying to fight through that defense. That defense is tough to break through when they're set up like that. Here's Falconer with the ring again. She's going to take a shot. Davis didn't know where it went. Ring's bouncing around the rebound. Here's Jenna Martin. Just scored the go-ahead goal for Ontario. Puts it out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Leah Shimizu. Shimizu sports it over to 26, Janelle Norris. Norris is going to put it into the zone. That's picked off by Brooklyn Monroe. Monroe's under pressure. Kicks it to herself. Jenna Martin not giving up anything there. Going to be a penalty here on Jenna Martin there. She knocked her player down, so now going to be an advantage for Alberta. Here's number 9, JD Patel. Feeds it into the zone. Alberta's trying to get in to have that 4-on advantage, but the ring's going to score it out. They'll be picked up by Ontario. Going to be a cross-checking penalty on 3, Jenna Martin. So Jenna Martin figuring heavily in the score play here in the last couple minutes. Scored the go-ahead goal. Now she takes a 2-minute for cross-check-in penalty. Looks like 3:08 left in the third quarter. 3-2 for Ontario. Becky, what do you think?
I think everybody's on the edge of their seats. There's no comments coming in. Everyone's glued to their screens. I don't blame them.
Like there's anything else to do at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
It is. There's a Riders game tonight, so maybe people are otherwise occupied.
Oh, Riders. Yeah, they're playing. That's all we hear about in Regina. All right, here's Rushfeldt with the ring. Alberta on the attack here. 5-on-4 skater advantage. Just Kyla Kester looping around. Can't get through that triangle. Kester cutting across the top, looking to find a lane. Feeds it across to Jenna Adams. The ring stolen away by Ontario. And the ring goes back into the crease. Carrie Davis will pick that up. Davis is going to flick that out to the sideboards here. And that's number 16, Sydney Richardson. Richardson drops it back to her D partner. 29, Abigail Rooney. Rooney puts it out to the neutral zone. That'll be stolen there by Maria Moman. 15 white Moman is going to slide that into 19 white Rushfeldt. Rushfeldt pulls it into the offensive zone, and Alberta's back on the offensive attack. Kester drops it off to Jocelyn Galbraith. Here's Galbraith on the attack. Galbraith cutting out front, looking for a lane, drops it off to Begor. Begor shoots. Good shot block by number 9, Hayami. Alberta maintains possession. Fresh 30 on the shot clock here. 29, Rooney goes into the board. She's got a That was like an Oreo sandwich, like we had white, red, white there. So I don't know, maybe a cherry vanilla Oreo sandwich down there.
Are you hungry, Bill? Did you have lunch?
I'm always hungry for a treat. Like a cherry vanilla Oreo sandwich. All right, it's an offensive zone free pass for Team Alberta. Here's Waples, takes a look at the net, puts it up top to Galbraith. Galbraith with the bang play back to Waples. Waples couldn't get the bang off, so she circles around. Drops it off there for Begor. Begor goes back to Galbraith. Galbraith shoots and scores. Galbraith with a rocket of a shot.
Rocket. That will clear the Ontario penalty.
Will go down as a power play goal, so it's really good ring control there by Team Alberta. Moving that ring around, they find the high shooter. All right, looks like we won't have a replay, so you'll have to take my word for it that the ring came up to Galbraith. They moved the ring really well, low to high, low to high, low to high. Galbraith up high, steps into a wrist shot, scores. So that is 3-3 with a minute 51. I think it's a minute 51 left in the third quarter. Minute 45, all right. Here's Team Ontario on the attack, walking the blue line. That's number 26, Janelle Norris. Norris is going to feed her down deep into the corner. Picked up there by Claire Steins, 15. Claire puts it back to a teammate here. That's Barteaux. Barteaux feeds it all the way across to number 8, Katie Bunting. Bunting with the ring. Bunting goes in behind the net, down to 8 on the shot clock. Bunting's going to take that shot. Rebound comes out front there. Jordan Nero under pressure puts it back into the crease, and Alyssa says, yep, I'll pick that up. Alyssa's going to throw it in the corner right back to Jordan Nero. She's under pressure by Emily Barteaux. They're going to call bottom third on Barteaux. You cannot put your hand on the bottom third of the stick. Violation Ontario, goalie ring Alberta. There's Alyssa Carew. Alyssa's going to drop it at the side of the net for Asia Mitchell. Mitchell, number 3. Cuts middle, evades the forward check. Slides it up to Brooklyn Monroe. Monroe's going to 2-foot pass that right back to Mitchell. Stolen away by Barteaux here. Bartow's all over the ice this shift. Barteaux feeds it all the way to the other side to number 5, Addie Betke. Betke slides it into Bunting. Bunting maintaining possession for Ontario. 22 on the shot clock here. Drops it off for Jenna Martin. Here's Jenna Martin. Jenna Martin cycling around on her backhand, coming out in the quiet ice. Loops around here. Feeds it across. That'll be picked off, stolen away. Jordan Nero kicks it to herself, but stolen away by number 18, Dora Zhu. Zhu feeds it across to Martin. Martin just missed on a dangerous shot. Leah Schmizu picks it up, puts it out to Jenna Martin. This is a high-octane line for Ontario right now. Schmizu picks up the ring. She's being checked hard by Rushfeldt. Slides it down to Doris Zhu. Here's Doris. Coming around, takes a shot. Jenna Adams picks up the rebound. So Ontario gets the shot clock. Only 1 second left here. They're not going to get another scoring chance. So that is a very high-octane lane. Leah Shimizu, Doris Zhu, and Emily Barteaux. Buzzer goes. Third quarter is done. The score is 3-3. Settled nothing in the first 39 minutes. We'll do 13 more and see what we can do. They will run, might be getting ahead of myself here, but they will run a 5-minute overtime followed by a shootout. So everything's about getting tuned up here for Canada Winter Games. So teams are running plays and teams are trying out players, and we'll see what happens. Becky?
Yeah, a couple of comments in the chat here. Looking forward to Canada Winter Games. This is a nice glimpse ahead to what we're going to see. Some incredible ringette. Bill and I have the best seats in the house right here at the glass. But yeah, goalies are being tested for sure, and penalties have been an impact. I think a lot of the goals have been power play goals, I'd say.
Yeah, totally agree. Just want to do a general thank you to the Challenge Cup. Doesn't happen without dedicated volunteers. I want to thank parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles as well. Seems like the footprint of ringette is increasing across this great country of ours. So that has to do with parents waking up and taking athletes to ice times at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. That's the support from aunts and uncles and grandparents and people like you watching along at home. So thank you to everyone who supports this great sport. The Canada Winter Games is the equivalent of the Canadian Olympics, so this is the highest that these athletes will ever be able to play. So it's an amazing sport, and and I really like it. I'm happy that all the support that it gets. All right, here we go. Ontario home team will start with the ring, start the fourth quarter. Fresh 13 on the board. There's a whistle. Ontario with the attack. Here comes number 26. That's Norris. Janelle Norris feeds her down deep. Got a malfunction at the junction. Mitchell cleans up the ring. Here comes Asia. Asia hits the blue line. She's going to support that. Well, I thought she was going to support it over. No, she's going to dangle. Really good man-on pressure by Ontario. Holy. We burned half the shot clock. Can't get over the blue line. That'll be turned over out in the neutral zone. Oh, it's picked up by Mitchell. We got a 3-on-1 developing. Here comes Maddie Rice. Maddie Rice behind the back over to Mitchell. Mitchell just couldn't get the handle on it. We got 22 on the shot clock, so we got lots of time here. Here comes Maddie Rice. Maddie's going to take that shot. Karen knocks it in behind the net. There's Ontario coming over the ring. Pass out to the neutral zone. Number 16, Sydney Richardson. Richardson puts it down. Shula goes back to give chase on number 8, Tasha Blackwell. Here comes Blackwell being watched by Shula. Tasha is going to walk the blue line. Feeds it out to Callie Morissette on the weak side. Callie does a spin move to avoid the check. Callie's going to dump it in. That'll be turned over to Ontario. Ontario's got some ferocious man-on in the neutral zone. It is bananas. Here's 26 with Janelle Norris. Puts it back to 25, Charlotte Natchi. Natchi going to give that away to JD Patel. Patel, number 9, White. Scampers into the zone. Being watched by Emily Barteaux. Here's Patel looping around in the quiet ice. Slides it across. Hot pass to Jenna Adams. Adams, number 10. Going to take that shot. Kara Davis makes the save. Kara's got the ring. Flips around. Hangs onto it just a touch too long. That'll be a goalie violation on Team Ontario. That'll be Team Alberta free ring. Frantic action here. This is a fun game to watch. Looks like 11:20 left in the fourth quarter. Woo-wee. I'm up on some scaffolding here. Almost found my way to the bottom in a hurry. All right, here's Alberta on the ozone free pass. Kyla Kester is carrying the ring. Going in behind the net, coming out on her backhand here. Here comes Kester. Kester across the top, slides it back to Galbraith. Galbraith has tied the game here. Galbraith slides it over to Begora. It's going to be a penalty on Team Ontario. Referee is going to say, you can't do that. I'm going to call a hooking penalty on, looks like Barteaux's going.
I think on that hook on Galbraith.
Okay. All right, so 24, Emily Barteaux will go sit for 2. And Alberta will have a 5-on-4 skater advantage here. 3-3 game. Fourth quarter. Heavy action between two undefeated teams. You'd expect nothing less. Quick shot off the free pass by Danny Falconer. Kara Davis makes a save. And Cameron Waples picks up the ring behind the net, comes out front. She's on her backhand here. Dangles around her teammate. They're both laughing. Just avoided a collision there. Waples drops it off to Falconer. Falconer's going to shoot it. Just missed the open corner up high. Waples will go get that 15 on the shot clock here. Comes Waples. Behind the back, right into the center. Stolen away by Ontario. Great read there by Jenna Martin. Feel like I've said her name a lot here today, Becky.
She's all over the ice today.
And Ontario, number 29, Rooney's got it. Rooney goes out to the neutral zone. Trying to find Jenna Martin, stolen away by 11, Brooklyn Monroe. Monroe from her knees puts it in over the blue line to Mitchell. Mitchell slides it into Waples. Waples got pushed out. Alberta's got control in the offensive zone. Waples is going to slow roll it. Waiting for some fresh legs off the bench. Here comes Maddie Rice. There's the pass over to Maddie. Maddie fakes the goalie. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie comes out with speed. He's going to rip that shot up high. She'll go get her own rebound. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Alberta goes to work in the offensive zone here. Got a pick play by Mitchell. Maddie takes a shot. Good save by Kara Davis. Gwen Butterfly just got her hand on it. Down low pass. Right back up top. On the backhand, Rushfeldt. Couldn't get the shot away on her backhand there, so Rushfeldt cuts across. Drops it back to Rice. Rice is going to shoot it and score.
Nice shot through traffic. Bit of a screen out front.
Well, that's a hard shot because Maddie's going one way and she shoots it against her grain going the other way. Let's see if we get a replay on that. It's good ring movement by Team Alberta here. You can see we're going one way here. That's Rushfeldt. Rushfeldt will drop it off to Rice. Rice is going the other way. Shoots it against the green, finds the far post, so make it 4-3 for Team Alberta.
And I didn't see, was that still a power play? I can't recall if the penalty had cleared.
I'm not sure either. That's a good question. All right, Ontario with the free ring. Here's number 21, Carrie Costigan. Costigan goes over to her D partner, Richardson. Oh, pardon me, that's 26, Janelle Norris. Norris goes down deep to Shula. Shula being watched carefully there by Morissette. Shula just steps right out. She feeds it all the way across. Wasn't handled cleanly by Laliberté. Now Laliberté's got the ring. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Gets that shot away, and Ontario picks up the rebound. Here's Shula with the ring. Shula cutting through. Puts it up top to Ritchardson. Ritchardson behind the back. They're going to step out. 13. Laliberté with a nice shot. Good save by Alyssa Carew. Ontario maintains possession. Here's Richardson's going to rip it. Good save by Carew. Carew's going to pick that up. She's just going to flip that in behind the net there. Galbraith battling hard for it. Blackwell's going to battle hard for the ring. It's going to be picked up by Ontario. Ontario really ferocious on this offensive attack right now. Ontario going for a change here. Here comes Ritchardson, 16. Feeds it down to the opposite side. There's 7, Shula. Shula's going to wait for the line change to happen. She's going to settle it down on the quiet ice. And then Asia's going to go after her. Asia Mitchell steals the ring away, puts it back to 8, Blackwell. Blackwell's going to grab that ring behind the net. She's going to jump middle. Here's Blackwell. Waiting to see. She's going to bounce it off to number 6, Kester. Kester came back to support the ring. Kester's going wide side, way down deep to Mitchell, number 3. Real heavy man-on pressure by Ontario here. They're chasing the ring all over the ice. Ring comes out to Kester. Kester goes backhand. Good glove save by Carrie Davis. Kester picks up her own rebound here. Kester looping around in the quiet ice. Drops it off for number 3, Asia Mitchell. Mitchell between the legs back to Waples. Waples tries to find Kester on the far side. Good pick off there by Barteaux. Barteaux feeds it all the way over both blue lines. Red cannot touch that ring. Red does touch the ring, and that'll be a whistle. So again, that's where the blue lines come into play. You cannot pass the ring over 2 blue lines and touch it. You could see Team Ontario boxed out the ring there, but then she boxed it out, then she went to stab it, and you're allowed to stab it if it's 5 seconds. Like if Alberta doesn't,
there is a delay. Yeah.
Try to stab it within 5 seconds, but that was within the 5 seconds, and the referee said nope, 2-line pass. The ring goes all the way back down the other side. Here's Maddie Rice, just recently scored the go-ahead goal. Over to Patel. Patel's going to rip it. Just kissed off the crossbar in behind the net. Ring ends up back in the crease. Carrie Davis content to drop it to her D partner there. There's a backhand pass off the sideboards to Barteaux. Barteaux controlling the ring. Barteau's going to go far side, bounces it off the ice. Here's number 15, Claire Steins, drops it off. Barteau's going to rip that down deep. And that's stolen away by Falconer, 5 weight. Danny's got the ring. Danny's going to dangle, puts it out to the middle to Patel, and here's Patel on the attack. She's going to loop back, wait for reinforcements. Drops it off to Sterchi. Here's some Minister defense. Megan Sterchi goes down deep, stolen away by Ontario. Quick transition. Here comes Ontario. That's number 8, Bunting. Bunting puts it into Claire Steins. Claire Steins controlling the ring. Ontario back quickly on the attack. Alberta set up in their triangle defense here. Ontario looking to find an opening here. Number 3, Jenna Martin slides it over to Doris Zhu. There's Shimizu. Shimizu goes up top to number 26, Janelle Norris. Janelle Norris puts it across to Shimizu. Shimizu goes down low. Zhu with a good shot. Good save by Alyssa Carew. And Alyssa is going to drop it in behind the net. Nice bounce pickup by Rushfeldt. That ring bounced off the ice and Rushfeldt picked it up. Here's Sterchi with the ring. Puts it out over the blue line. Picked up there by Ella Begora. Begora came back to support the ring. Now she's got the ring. Begora is going to slide her down in behind the net. Jen Adams battling hard there against number 5, Addie Betke. The ring squirts out to Begora. Begora's got it, looking to get a shot. 4 seconds on the shot clock. There's a shot. There's a reset. And it's in the crease. That's going to be picked up by Cara Davis. The ring comes out to number 26, Janelle Norris. Here's Janelle. Drops it off for her D partner. Addie Betke. Betke puts it out to the neutral zone to Jenna Martin. Here's Jenna Martin. Being checked here. Smartly gets around. And now she feeds it up. Oh, Jenna Martin's looking for the return pass. Walks in, dangles, backhand forehand. Good save by Carew. Jenna Martin going on the opposite side there. Carew gets a blocker on it. Nice save. This is Leah Shimizu, number 2 red. Controlling the ring, waiting for a line change. Drops it off to Abigail Rooney. Rooney behind the net here. She's got Richardson with her. Drops it off for Richardson. Here's Richardson coming out on the other side. Hard pass across there. Going to be stolen away by Alberta, and Galbraith has the ring. Galbraith puts it off a skate, and that's turned over to 7, Avery Shula. Shula's got the ring, feeds it over to number 13, Laliberté. Laliberté, one of the goals for Ontario, and the ring ends up in the crease. Alyssa Cruz going to pick it up, drops it into Tasha Blackwell. Tasha Blackwell reverses it over to her D partner, Morissette. Morissette, 22 white, coming up the sideboards. She's going to be pressured here by 13, Laliberté. Morissette's going to take a penalty on this, I believe. It's going to be a body contact penalty against Morissette.
4:36 in the fourth quarter.
4:36 left. Little time check.
Looks like Ontario's putting their goalie on the bench. They're going to a timeout as well. And it looks like they're setting up to do some kind of fancy play here.
First timeout we've seen in this Challenge Cup so far. All right, so we'll set the stage here. It's 4-3 for Team Alberta. Kelly Morissette's going to go 2 for body. Oh, the referee's calling multiple penalties here, I think. I just saw her motion like 2 or 3 things. Todd, did you catch that?
I think it was a timeout call and then the body.
Oh, a timeout and the penalty. All right. I just saw her. It looked like she was trying to land a plane there or something. I'm like, plane or drone's coming in for a landing. All right, so we got 4:36 or 56? 4:56 left in the...
36.
Okay, 4:36 left in the fourth quarter. 2-minute penalty up on the board for Team Alberta. Alberta with a 4-3 advantage right now on the scoreboard. Ontario's going to pull their goalie. By pulling your goalie, you're allowed to have 4 in the zone. So Ontario's going to practice the 4 in. You will likely see Ontario set up the box. They'll go low, high, low, high, low, high, move things around, trying to find a clean shot.
Got a funny little comment here from Paul Brennan saying, Bill, I thought you were trying not to say stab anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Paul. Paul, I love you watching along, keeping us honest. I love it. You're right. I was good earlier today, Paul, when I was using spear. Oh, Paul, thanks for watching. All right, here's Leah Shimizu. She's going to drop it off to her teammate here. Goes up high to Barteaux. Barteaux's got it. Let's go back to Jenna Martin. Martin back to Barteaux. Barteaux back to Martin. Martin rips it, shoots, and scores.
That was a laser.
Yeah, that's a well-executed 4-on-3. When you've got shooters like Barteaux and Martin at the top there, man, oh man. That's tough. All right, so Jenna Martin scores at least her second of the game. You can see here, we got Barteaux and Martin up high. There's a pass back to Barteaux on the replay. Barteaux goes back to Martin. Martin at the ringette line is going to step into a laser of a shot up over the shoulder, and Ontario scores to tie the game 4-4. All right, Alberta's got the ring, center ice free pass. Here's Maria Moman. Moman is going to go down deep. There's Danny Falconer waiting for the ring. Falconer loops around in the quiet ice. Falconer drops it off to Rushfeldt. Rushfeldt going to loop around, driving the net with speed. Across the top to Falconer, out of her reach. Falconer will pick it up, down to 10 on the shot clock. Falconer's going to shoot it, goes in behind the net. Got a reset on that. JD Patel checking hard on Natchi. Natchi turns over the ring. Falconer picks it up on the good forecheck. But then Natchi battles hard. Tries to steal the ring back, but Patel comes up with it. 22 on the shot clock. Patel with the ring. Alberta with control in the offensive zone. JD Patel. Gonna walk in, shoot, and score!
JD Patel.
Didn't look like much is happening. JD Patel is carrying the ring. You can see JD is just kind of dangling around, and then he finds a lane, shoots, and goes inside the far post. So Alberta regains the lead with 3:23 left in the fourth quarter. 5-4 advantage for Team Alberta. Got ourselves the old barn burner here in the Challenge Cup.
This one, you gotta save this one on YouTube. We're gonna watch this one over and over. It's
what
a good one.
Paul? Who are you liking here? Alberta or Ontario? All right, Ontario starts with a free pass. Ontario looking to start the attack. Here's 26, Janelle Norris. Norris walking the blue line. Feeds it over to her D partner. Comes back to Norris. Norris is going to go down deep. Being controlled there by number 8, Bunting. Bunting takes a shot and scores. Wow, just like that, Bunting. Pushed off for check. That's a high shot. Ontario's been shooting high quite a bit today. Bunting ties the game again.
Ooh.
And Bunting skated into Danny Falconer. And Bunting lost an edge and fell down and conked her head on the ice. Don't like to see that. All right, so the camera won't be focused on the player, but Ontario's going in for the celebration. They all had the big O sign above their heads, and the Ontario player skated into the Alberta player and fell down on the ice. So, all right, we'll have the staff look at the player here on the ice. So we've got 3 minutes, looks like 10 seconds, 3:10 left in the game. Well, in the fourth quarter, I should say. 5-5. All right, I could hear Coach Chris for Team Alberta saying reset. Here we go. We got 3 minutes left. Going to get a reset of the emotions, reset of the action. Going to zoom in on the Regina Hotel Association. I will say thank you to Winwell, a trusted Canadian brand in ice sports equipment. The Athena composite stick has become a top choice in ringette. Every Challenge Cup athlete received a customized Athena stick. So an incredible investment in athlete development. So thank you to Winwell for supplying Athena sticks to all the athletes here in the Challenge Cup. All right, the Ontario player is on the bench.
Number 8 it was.
Yeah, she's the one who just scored. Katie Bunting just scored. She was celebrating, bumped into the Alberta player, got knocked down and hit her head on the ice. And looks like Bunting is on the bench, and she's going to talk to the trainers. All right, Alberta with the center ice free pass. Here's Brooklyn Monroe. Monroe working the blue line. Monroe is going to feed it into Waples. Waples with the ring, cutting across the top. Waples is going to loop around, looking to find a lane. Drops it off to Falconer. Falconer's going to rip that shot. Davis makes a save, and Falconer picks up the rebound. Here's Falconer driving across the top on her forehand, looking for a lane. There it is. Shoots it. Good save by Cara Davis. Asia Mitchell picks it up. Mitchell loops in the quiet ice. Asia drops it off to Waples. Waples on her forehand, looking for the lane. Goes back to Falconer. Falconer switches her angle and couldn't get the shot away. And that's picked up by 16, Sydney Ritchardson. The ring ends up in the crease. That's going to be a goalie ring. Cara Davis picks it up. She's going to drop it softly in behind the net. And here's Ontario on the breakout. That's 29. Abigail Rooney with the ring. Puts it out to the neutral zone. Turned over to Waples. Waples picks up the handle. Drives it into Falconer. Falconer over to Mitchell. Mitchell 1 against 3 here. Didn't like her odds, so she's going to turn around on the quiet ice. So we got a line change happening for on Alberta. Mitchell into the quiet ice here. Loops her on the other side. Mitchell looking to start the attack. She's got Maddie Rice with her. Drops it off to Maddie Rice. Here's Rice, number 2. Dangles, shoots it. Just missed that open corner. 4 on the shot clock. Rice going to look to drill it. Shoots it up over the net again. Shakes her head. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. It'll be goalie ring for Team Ontario. Cara Davis, number 30, picks up the ring. Drops it into the corner. Number 18, Dora Zhu coming back. Turned over quickly. Maddie Rice with the ring on her knees. Drops it up to Rushfeldt. Rushfeldt shoots on the ring, bouncing around. Ends up in the net. The referee says no dice. Alberta's in the crease. So the ring goes in the net, but no dice. That's a crease violation. Ontario ring. Here's Ontario breaking out of the zone. Put it out to the neutral zone here. Stolen away by number 15, Maria Moman. Moman gets knocked down. And the ring stolen away by Shimizu. Shimizu in turn gets knocked down by Patel. And Patel's got the ring. Patel feeds it in to Maddie Rice. Here's Maddie. We got a minute left in the game here. 5-5. Rice takes a shot. Cara Davis makes a save. Cara Davis is just going to flick that out to the sideboards. Here's number 9, Hayami with the ring. Hayami looking to escape pressure. Drops it off to a teammate. Going to put that out to the neutral zone. Stolen away there by Tasha Blackwell. Blackwell with the ring. Feeds it into number 10, Jenna Adams. Here's Jenna looking to drive. Cuts to the middle. Backhand. Gets knocked down for her efforts, and that's cleaned up by Sydney Ritchardson.
38 seconds.
38 seconds left. 5-5 game, fourth quarter. Ontario breaks it out of the zone. Out to the neutral zone to Emily Barteaux. Here's Barteaux. Feeds it over to 16, Sydney Richardson. Richardson feeds it down the sideboards. Gets a return pass. Richardson down in the corner. There's Barteaux at the ring. Bartow's going to size it up down to 9 on the shot clock. Barteaux cuts in the middle, shoots a good pad save by Carew. And that's cleaned up by Claire Steins. Here's Claire Steins with the ring. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out top to Sydney Richardson. Couldn't get the shot away. The ring ends up out in front, stolen away by Morissette. And that'll be the buzzer. We got a 5-5 game at the end of the fourth quarter. I believe we have a 5-minute overtime.
5-minute overtime. We get more of this game.
It's never a bad thing. It's like Halloween. Just when you think you've eaten enough candy and you should stop, you have a little bit more.
I think you're hungry, Val.
Okay, how about being on vacation and you catch some sunshine and you feel like it's time to turn in, shower, and go for dinner, and you're like, I just want to stay another half hour,
Just
catch a few more rays.
Yeah, we're going to bask in the sunshine of this game for 5 more minutes.
Referees do the coin flip with Megan Sterchi and Maya Hayami. Hayami's going to pick which end they want. Sterchi decides who wants control. The referee is like, yep, you guys have made the decision. So we'll put 5 minutes on the clock. It'll be sudden victory here. Oh, sounds like Sterchi won the coin flip. She goes over, tells the coaches, and everybody cheers. So I can only assume that Sterchi won the coin flip. So my best guess will be that Alberta's going to start with the ring. I'm going to grab a quick swig of water. Becky?
Sounds good. Yeah, we have David Stashen saying he was hoping for the tie to get 5 more minutes of this game, and I couldn't agree more. This has been a delight to watch. So 5 more, and if they are still tied after the 5, we go to a shootout, I believe, which that would be pretty amazing to watch as well.
Yeah, the offensive talent on these two teams.
Yeah, the goaltending.
Can't even imagine a shootout. Ontario's got some real offensive weapons. So one of the Ontario teams won the 19AA Nationals last year over one of the Calgary teams. So you've got the gold and silver medalists at 19AA Nationals well represented on both teams here. It's no surprise that we've got a spirited 5-5 game here between Alberta and Ontario. Two very good teams. Both teams coming in unbeaten. Alberta 3-0, Ontario 2-0. We'll see what happens in OT here. 5-on-5 action, and here we go. Overtime's underway. Here's Brooklyn Monroe, 11 for Alberta, walking the blue line. Gonna size it up. She's gonna dump it in off the sideboards. Bouncing pass picked up by Patel. Ontario's really got man-on pressure in the defensive zone. They're chasing pretty hard. They're not giving Alberta a chance to set up. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Maddie Rice. Rice is gonna shoot it. Good pad save. Rebound. And Rice is gonna pick that up. Rice on the attack here. Ontario's really aggressive here. They're not your standard static triangle. They are pushing the ring carriers out to the sideboards. Rice 13 on the shot clock. Rice up top to Mitchell. Mitchell cut across, puts it back over to Rice. Rice down to 7 on the shot clock. The noise has escalated here in the rink. Maddie Rice on her forehand. Pushed out by Ritchardson, and that's going to be the buzzer. That's a 30-second burn for Alberta. The big goalie ring for Cara Davis, number 30. Davis just going to flare that out to the sideboards there. And stolen away by Asia Mitchell. Mitchell takes a hook, gets knocked down, but gets right back up again. Jenna Martin checking there, a little 3-on-3 action. Here's Mitchell with the ring, 3 white. Drops it off to 20, Jocelyn Galbraith. Galbraith cuts across the top, looking to back pass, wasn't there. Galbraith going to survive the check, loop around in the quiet ice. Here's 20, Galbraith. Goes over to Begora. Begora shoots, good save by Davis. Picks up the rebound in the crease. Cara Davis is going to throw it out to the sideboards, and here's Janelle Norris. Norris puts it out to the neutral zone there. Picked off neatly by Sterchi. Megan Sterchi is going to headman that over to Jocelyn Galbraith. Galbraith is going to drop it off to number 7, Ella Begora. Begora with the ring. Drags it around, feeds it back. Good pickup there by Waples. Good shot. Davis makes a save. Rebound. And in the back of the net. Cameron Waples ends the game. A 6-5 victory for Team Alberta. Waples had the shot. Davis made the save. And then Waples picked up a rebound and sunk it in. Wow. This is a preseason game. You'd think they just won a trophy. Look at the excitement here. So on the replay, you can see Waples takes the shot. Davis makes a save, and then Waples comes in, picks up the own rebound. A little bit scrambly, and then just slots it home. So Cameron Waples puts the 6th goal in the net for Team Alberta. That'll go down as a 6-5 OT win for Team Alberta. In a very thrilling and exciting game. We've got the traditional handshakes going here. It was an exciting game. Like to see it. That's a great game of ring at. I like listening to. I don't know why this is funny. They're just good game, good game, good game. You can hear all the girls. Good game, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game.
It was a good game.
It was an excellent game. Yep. Yeah, it was an excellent game. We'll shake the referee's hands. All right, that was truly an exciting game. So that'll go down as a 6-5 OT win for Team Alberta. Alberta goes to 4-0. And Team Ontario drops to 2 wins with an overtime loss. All right. My name is Bill. Thanks for watching along. Thanks to Becky for keeping me on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for Todd running the camera here, running the replay one more time here. Not sure which goal this is, but... Oh, he's going to run them all. All right. Todd, great job. Pleasure working with you. And Neil's already taken off, a shot clock guy. So thanks for watching along, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.